All right. Welcome, welcome, welcome. What's that hair doing back there? How we doing? Welcome back. Happy Tuesday. Happy Tuesday, my friends. Let's get that plaque today, man. Let's get that plaque today. Come on. Let's make it that day. Press that like button. Subscribe to the channel. Sub. We need 33 people, man. 33. We can do that today. 33 people. That's all we need. That's all we need. 33 people. I got the count up there. Let me see if this works. I'm gonna refresh it. Yep. 33 people. I don't have a course, so whoever keeps saying that I have a course, you're probably getting scammed because I don't have a course. So whoever's course you're looking at, it's not mine. Anyways, press that like button. Subscribe to the channel. 100K subs today. Let's make it live. Let's make it live. Sign into your YouTube account. Don't be lazy. Now I got people unsubscribing. Just the idiots on the stream, the assholes on the stream, the people that come here to try to find something wrong with the stream, they're unsubscribing now. That's what they do. All right, let's get started. Press that like button, subscribe to the channel. Here we go. So today, a little bit of upside. However, not enough. Not enough by any means to think that this is anything quite yet. A little bit of relief, I would say, after a very ugly day yesterday. A little bit of relief, not bad. But we are not even over Friday's lows. So we have to get over Friday's lows. We have to get over Friday's lows. That's a must. There's no other way about it. Okay? So right now we are still under Friday's lows from last week. That must be a reclaim. So that is the level we're watching today. That is the level we're watching today. 56.73 on the ES is around that level. Right around 56.73 on the ES. On the NASDAQ is right around 19,770. Right? So we've gotten a little bit of relief here. We've gotten a tad bit of relief off the 19.4 level. But we are still under this Friday low. So that is going to be a must watch today, guys. We will talk about that in some more detail in just a second. But make sure you understand that it's a nice little relief right now. But make sure you stay on the trend of this market if we continue to make lower lows and lower highs. Yesterday, we made a lower low. A lower high would now form at Friday's lows, right? So a lower high could solidify itself under Friday's lows. That is still wide open. That door is still open. That is still very possible, and we cannot forget that today, okay? Very important. On the economic side, let's go ahead and pull up the economic calendar. I don't think we have too much today, but tomorrow we have CPI. CPI. Today we have JOLTS. So today, JOLTS at 10 o'clock, which could be a reason to maybe wait things out a tad today, right? Wait things out just a tad, right? So here's your economic data today. You guys can see 10 o'clock today, JOLTS. That is something we will be watching at 10 o'clock. I think this is a fantastic reason to let things sort of pass, right? 30 minutes, let it go by. Wait for 10 o'clock to really get aggressive on anything. And then let's see how that reaction is at 10 o'clock. That'll likely show us the direction to be looking, at least something to be showing there. At least something to react off there. Tomorrow, CPI. So make sure you understand I would be very cautious on any swing trades overnight tomorrow. That is definitely a concern, right? CPI at 8:30. There's nothing you can do about a option swing trade if you do take it overnight, and you are at the mercy of the CPI. So let's be aware of that. Really no reason to be doing anything stupid like that, in my opinion, in this market. There has been plenty, guys, plenty of opportunities on the intraday. I really don't even see a reason to be a heavy swing trader at the moment. The intraday has been, I mean, if you are not able to make money on an intraday move, you're moving like 2, 3, 4% on a daily basis at this point. There is money to be made hand over fist if you're on the right side of the market right now. Swing trading, I, at one point was a little bit more into it, and I still will be, as it comes back. I feel like swing trading, you need to understand the market you're in. I think that's the number one. That is the number one skill of a swing trader, is to know when to strike and when not to. Right? Swing traders, like good swing traders, probably don't trade very often. Maybe it's like once a month, a couple times a month. Once a week they find a nice setup in a market that they think is right. So right now, I just don't think it's necessary, especially this week through this, right? Especially through CPI, through PPI, through consumer sentiment, inflation expectations. That's just not really a swing trading environment, and that's okay, right? There's nothing wrong with that. That's when you take your hands off and you just take some intraday trades. There is plenty of opportunities on the intraday. So tomorrow or tonight, I would be probably all cash. I would recommend being cash overnight into CPI. I don't think you need to guess on that. Tomorrow morning, we'll get that number. We'll see what the market reaction is. We'll trade accordingly. Then Thursday, the next day, PPI, unemployment claims. And then finally, Friday, consumer sentiment, inflation expectations. Okay? All right. That's that. 76. We're getting there. All right, let's pull up the earnings calendar. What do we got on the earnings calendar today? Anything important on the earnings calendar today? Earnings calendar today. Dick's Sporting Goods this morning. Anyone on Dick's Sporting Goods? What is it? DKS? Down? All right. Dick's is down. Dick's is limp. Sorry about that. What's next? Adobe. That's tomorrow. DocuSign tomorrow. Or I'm sorry, on Thursday. Ulta on Thursday. Yeah, I'm really not too interested here on the earnings. So, yeah. Next. Let's move on. All right. Press that like button. Subscribe to the channel. Here we go. We're jumping into the levels. We are jumping into the levels. So, strong downside yesterday. Strong down. I just told my family chat to join. Sorry about that. Sorry about that. So, yesterday, we walked into a trading day where the previous... Richie! Appreciate that, Richie. We walked into a market where the previous week's lows from Tuesday, Wednesday, right, and this little morning Thursday low, we walked into a market where that level was turning into a rejection, right? We had the previous lows right here that turned into failures on Thursday afternoon, that turned into failures on Friday. So that was just a very clear flip in the market structure. We had previous lows turning into highs, which has facilitated that leg lower on the market. Now, today, you may feel like there's a little bit of a weight off the shoulders, right? A little bit of relief. You're seeing some overnight relief on the market, and it's especially true off a really key demand level on the ES, which we'll get into in just a second. This 55.60, we talked about this level in the live stream yesterday. This 55.60 to 55.30 level is absolutely no joke on the ES, and we can definitely see it bouncing so far. Now, this is the key today. You need to clear Friday's lows. You cannot be confidently long if we are under the last week's lows. The Friday lows of last week at 19,770. That is 100% a level that needs to break. We need to get back above that. We need to reclaim that level, and we need to hold back above it. What you need to, and this is something we talked about in the chat yesterday, and I'm going to talk about it here real quick. In a market like we're looking at, guys, in a market that's continuing down like we've been seeing, in a trending market to the downside, it's not so important, and you should not be trying to find which level at the downside we're holding, right? That is irrelevant. Trying to spot which level on the downside, like a level below price action, which level are we going to hold? That is not what you should be looking at. What you should be looking at is what level above are we reclaiming, right? The bullish action and the bottom will only come in once we start to aggressively reclaim previous lows, right? Aggressively reclaim previous rejection points. That is when you will know that the market has short-term bottomed, right? So if we, let's say, reclaim back above last week's lows here and start to see an upside move, reclaiming those lows, right? Reclaiming the 200 SMA, turning the 200 SMA back into support, that's when we can be confident that the market has tried to bottom. It's not until that happens that you try to see if you can long this market back to the upside. But we have not done that, right? We have continued to make lower lows and lower highs. And until that changes, do not try to just guess which level below is going to be the level that ends up holding. It's not worth it. So today, you're watching Friday's lows, 19,770. If you push to the upside today, that could very well be a fading level, without a doubt. We could absolutely see a push, pop back into Friday's lows, pop back into 19,770, start to see rejections come in, right? Gap up in the pre-market off of a pre-market upside move with pretty weak buyers, and then a gap fill right back down off of the Friday low rejection. Absolutely possible today. And you need to keep that in your playbook. So 19,770, that's the first level I would be watching for the potential rejection today. Above that, I would be watching Thursday's lows. That's right here at 20,000. That is the level that rejected in the pre-market yesterday, right there at 20K on the NASDAQ futures. So you are up against Friday's lows at 19,770. You are up against Thursday's lows at 20,000 on the NASDAQ futures as you move higher. And you need to be aware of that. Once again, you are still under the 20,200, which is a major flip level. You can clearly see that. And once again, you are still under the 200 SMA on the NASDAQ futures. And I would not feel confident to aggressively long this market if we are below the daily 200 SMA on the NASDAQ futures. That's just simply how it is, right? So I think this is still a pop and fade market. Let's see if we're proved wrong today, right? Let's see if some of these holds come in. Where you would like to see a very solid hold come in today, like a sick, just nasty hold, is 19,400. If you can get a nasty hold here today on maybe a little bear trap back to 19.4, that would be the first good step for the bulls, right? Right here. If you cannot make a new low today, right? This is the goal. Don't make a new low, right? That's really it. If you cannot make a new low today and create a higher low, let's say at 19.4, which is where I'd like to see it happen, then maybe you could say, hey, higher low is starting to try to attempt to form. But if you break under 19.4 again and you retest yesterday's lows, then this is all just nothing, right? It's all just pointless. Anything you've seen so far this morning. And it's likely up to CPI tomorrow to decide the next direction. So today, you're watching 19.4. I would not short into 19.4 today. That is definitely a level to be careful of. Under 19.4, I think you probably could fade this back down to the previous day lows. Big demand down here at 19K. And if we do hold that 19.4 and we do get a push higher, you could look to long 19.4 today. I would say that's a very aggressive long I wouldn't really get behind that long, but I could see, one of these bear trap, 19.4 holds coming in. That's definitely something I could foresee here. You possibly could trade that. I don't think I'd be that interested in that. I'd be a little bit more interested in looking to see, right, if that does come in, and then paying attention to what it starts to do at the 19,770 Friday's lows, personally. But you could try to attempt that long from 19.4 to 19,770. It's just very against the market trend right now. It might really pay because it probably is a strong squeeze if it does happen. So it could be a very sexy trade. I would just probably be more interested in fading 770 if we do get up there, right? So, obviously, whatever you like, whatever you want to look to play, however you want to look to play it. But, obviously different ways you can look at it today. 12 people, man. 12. All right, let's move on to the Qs. QQQ. So, today on the QQQ, we are holding a 468, 465 demand. And let's go out to the daily chart and let's talk about this level, because this is, actually, we got to go on the 4-hour chart. This is a pretty big zone here. 468 to 464 is definitely a pretty monster zone from the past. So if we go to the 4-hour chart here, you guys can see we're looking at this zone right here. This zone that I have highlighted in the yellow. That's what I would be watching. 465 to 468. Now, when we look at this zone, we can see this 468 high. We can see this little 465 low. We can see this little 465 low, this 465 high, this 468 low, right? And we can see that there was a lot of games and a lot of flips within this zone. This was definitely an important zone in the past. And now, if we go into the NASDAQ or into the QQQ, we can see that that is definitely where some buyers stepped up overnight at the 465, 468 zone. So that's going to be a big zone today. I don't think I would be that interested in shorting into that. That is definitely somewhere that you could see some buying step up. Be cautious on the short side into that level today. 475 was a very clear flip level yesterday. If we go to yesterday and look at 475 on the intraday, take a look at this, right? Look at 475 on the intraday yesterday. You can get these clues from the intraday price action. Look at 475 on the QQQ. You had a hold, you had a hold, you had a break and retest rejection, and you had a late day pop and fail. Look at that 475 level. It went from support to rejections on the intraday. So today, I'm going to be watching to see what happens at that level. As of now, it's really just sort of messy right at it, right? There's some pretty decent mess going on right at 475. So that'll be something I sort of watch, right? That'll be something I sort of watch. 475 right here. Going to be keeping an eye on 475, seeing if we get any kind of valid and solid hold above it. But guess what? I wouldn't really be interested in longing that. Why? Because that's right into Friday's lows. And that's the key level you're watching today. Friday's lows. 480.50 right here. Previous lows from Friday. You're watching to see if that turns into a rejection today. If we push back higher, right, and slide higher today, that could very well be a fail spot. Golf Nut, appreciate that, man. Daily stream best on YouTube. Looking forward to getting your help. To appreciate that, Golf Nut. I know you're here every day, brother. Thanks for all the support. 480.50, right? Right there. 480.50. If we pop, watch for the fade at that level, okay? That's going to be big. That's going to be important. I wouldn't short into the 468, 465, right? I would not. Did we hit it? Oh, no, we didn't hit it yet. 480, 450, 475 zone, right? Let's be careful in there. A little bit messy right now into that zone, so we'll have to see how that cleans up. I would not be aggressively short into the 468, 465. I would be looking for shorts at Friday's lows and Thursday's lows, right? That's right here. I'm going to put this on the chart. Thursday low. I'm just going to go Thurs low. So right here, guys, Friday's lows, Thursday's lows. Those are the two levels you're watching today. 480.50, right? And 486. Definitely two levels that could fail today that you could look for the rejection play. 480.50, 486, 485. And that was yesterday's high at 485. That would be something sweet if we completely U-turned yesterday's move. It's very possible, right? It's very possible. So, 475, 480.50, 486, upside supplies. And of course, don't forget, we're under the 492-200 SMA. Don't forget that. ES. So let's go to the daily chart on the ES and let's talk about this level, man, because this is no joke here, guys. This is really no joke. This is like, this is a spot where even I'd say, hey, man, this might be chalked. This isn't looking too good. Under 55.30, under 55.60. This is a, sort of like a market structure, huge market structure breaking level. This is a nasty, nasty thing if we get a break under this level. And why do I say that, right? This is the highs from back here in April on the ES, right? See these highs right here in April? And see how that high on April pretty much just kept the market higher the rest of the year? See that? Besides this little August panic attack, right? You can see right here, that high around 55.30 to 55.60, which was also a high right here, short term, right? This little double top high over here. Those highs helped this market stay higher throughout the rest of the year, right? Right here. This was the flip level of 2024. That was the main, right? If you could put a point of control of 2024, this would be it. It would be 55.30 to 55.60, right? And you can see, look at how many clear reactions there were on the daily chart, on the ES. Right there, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? These are not tough spots to see, right? When it's this obvious on the daily chart, you know it's monster, right? Look how obvious the rejections and holds came in this zone, guys. All like this is a daily chart. Sometimes it's really hard to show levels on a daily chart, right? Because it's, a big time frame. This is not hard to look at. That is about as clear as it gets. That's like the clearest level you can be looking at here on the daily chart. Obviously, besides the 5,800, which created that major downside, right? That 5,800 was the other clear daily chart level right here, right here, right here, which created that downside. So you are now at the next huge spot. And so you can see, I'm not surprised to be seeing some relief off that level. There should be no surprise that you might get some relief off 55.60, 55.30. That is, very, very clear. Holy shit. There it is. Wow. Wow. Thank you guys so much. Man, don't make me cry, all right? I can get emotional in these moments. I definitely can get a little emotional in these moments. Wow. Thank you guys. Appreciate that. Man, this has been shit, man. I'm going to cry. Hold on. Pause. Might have to take the camera off for a second. Hold on, where's the camera? All right. Let me get some water. Hold on. I'll be right back. All right. Well, I appreciate you guys. It's been a long time. I'm struggling right now. I'm real struggling. Looking at the chat is making me struggle at the moment. Been a long time, a lot of work, and I appreciate you guys always being here. I might have to stop the stream. I can't stop myself. I can't get over it. Knock out of it. All right, so I'm good now. Thank you guys so much. It's been a long time. It's been a lot of work. It's been a lot of grind. I've enjoyed every second of it, and hopefully you have learned something from what I've been able to provide. So 100K, there it is. We got the plaque. We will get some prizes and some things out starting to work for you guys, giving back to you guys that come here. Some shirts, some discounts, just some merch, just some cool stuff. Hopefully make you feel like you're a part of it. Make you feel closer, right, to the community. So let's try to get through this stream without me crying again. Sorry about that, guys. Just a little bit of emotional fella over here. Just sometimes a little bit overly emotional, but can't help it. Can't help it. So, ES. We're going to keep the camera off for now. 56.73, right? That's today. That's Friday's lows. 56.73. That's what I would be watching. 56.73. We can go ahead and take this off for now. But I appreciate you guys subscribing. We'll go ahead and take the ticker off for now. Actually, you know what? Let's just leave it. Fuck it. Friday's lows, 56.73. That's what I would be watching. Watch for the pop and the fade at that level. That's going to be the key. Pop and fade at that level. That will be somewhere to be aware of intraday. Okay? On the downside, watch 56.05. And then, of course, we're watching our 55.60, 55.30. Right? That's our big spot, as we just talked about. So 55.30, 55.60. That's what I'd be watching. Thank you guys, all you guys, for joining the joining the stream supporters. Appreciate that. In case, oh, did someone give 50 subs? Jesus Christ, Steezy. Appreciate that, Steezy. Goddamn. Case. Appreciate that, Case. Case, appreciate your hard work, man. We're going to keep grinding. 56.73, Friday's lows. 56.05, of course, that 55.60 low. Of course, Thursday's lows. Guys, you can start to see, right? We're basically watching Fridays, Thursdays, lows on everything. We're watching Fridays and Thursdays lows on everything, all right? The other level I would be sort of paying attention to today, this is a very short-term level, but I would be watching it, is right here. 56.05, right here. 56.05, 56.05. That's a little bit of a hold level intraday yesterday that I spotted. I would watch that as well, okay? Man, thank you guys. I know it's going to be hard for me to get everyone, but thank everyone for the gifted subs and the memberships and the super chats and all that. Appreciate you guys. Thank you. Let's go to the SPY. So, SPY. Same look, guys. Same look. You can see right here. This is the SPY. Friday's lows, 565.50. Friday's lows. So put that on your charts right there. Let's be careful in the Friday's lows, right? Where's Thursday's lows? Right here at 570. So you have 570, you have 565.50. It's very clear, right? Mark those out. Fridays and Thursdays lows on your charts on everything, on the ES, on the SPY, on the QQQ, on the NASDAQ futures. Make sure you see the market get above these levels before you think about flipping this. Above 570 and above 565, above that, guess what? You're looking at the daily 200 SMA at 572. So pretty much anything under 572 is still a rejection, right? If you're under the 200 SMA, you are still looking at a rejection. That is just simply the way it is, okay? Very, very important. Very, very important. There will be a discount for lifetime OG tomorrow. Come to the live stream tomorrow. Tomorrow I'm going to get everything set up on the shirts, on the discounts. I will be doing that. Come to the live stream tomorrow for all those announcements. Okay? I got you guys. And it's probably going to go to the people in the Discord first, to be honest. And then I'll open it up to the live stream members. It will not be something I post online. It will be for the people that are actually tuned in, man. I don't care about people that just come and go on Twitter or X or whatever. If you come to if you're in the Discord, I'm going to help you out. If you're in the live stream, I'm going to help you out. These are the people I care about. These are the real boys. The real boys, the real subscribers, the real supporters, and girls, of course. I know there's not many, but the shout out to the woman traders out there, man. Shout out to you. So SPY 565.50, right? 570 Fridays, Thursdays lows, 572 200 SMA. Spot on. Watch those levels. Should be very clear. Today to the downside, 560. That's your first demand, and the major lows of 555. 560, 555. 560, 555. Okay? All right, let's jump into the IWM here. The IWM is holding a major demand, and that is at the 200 level, right? I would say you need to get over 204, though. You have to get over 204, right? Right here. 204, 204. You got to get over it. You got to get over that 204 on the IWM, guys. Good demand hold down here, right? But you got to clear out this 204 low, this Tuesday low. So that's what I would be watching. What did Dow do yesterday? Dow slipped a little bit under that 42K, but it looks like it has reclaimed it. That's what I'd be watching, 42K. Really, this is really what it is, guys. As long as the Dow is under this low, you're going lower, right? Look at the structure here, right? As long as you're turning these lows into rejection highs, you are going lower. So watch out for 42.5 on the YM, on the Dow Jones. Damn! Nomits. Shit. Appreciate that, Nomits. Goddamn. Wow. I'm going to have to, I'm definitely giving back this money, man. We got free shirts coming, 100% free. I'm paying shipping. I'm paying everything. Probably going to spend about 5-10K on shirts. I got it coming. So appreciate you guys. Hopefully, make sure you be quick on the shirts because they're going to be limited. But we'll do it live on the live stream, so no worries. I'll release the link on the live stream here live, so everyone will have a fair shot at the free merch. So just come tomorrow. Make sure to be here tomorrow. Make sure to be here tomorrow for the merch, for the discounts, all that good stuff. Appreciate that, Nomits. Love you, man. So Dow Jones 42.5. All right, let's move on. Let's get into some stocks. SMH. Well, let's look at the SMH first. And then let's look at the IBIT because we absolutely destroyed the IBIT yesterday. Absolutely destroyed it. Absolutely destroyed it. Who else did I miss? Did I miss anyone? TM Navigation. If you guys need any navigation, make sure to go to TM for your navigation needs. Well deserved. Happy for you. Thank you, brother. Got you, navigation. All right. SMH. So the SMH has obviously been the target of a lot of this downside, right? But take a look at this daily chart, guys. This is going to start getting sort of interesting down here. It really is. I would say this gets sort of interesting. For sure. right? I would say anywhere within this 200 to 205, 210 area down here is definitely going to be, in my opinion, some kind of a buyable opportunity. At least, man, I would hope so, right? Guys, if we don't see any buying here, then we got a serious problem. I'm going to be 100% with you. If we don't see, like, any attempt higher off this major daily low, like, if we don't see anything here, then we got a serious problem on our hands. If we just butter through this, yeah, that's not good, right? This is a major weekly low. And I would very much expect something to happen here. So this doesn't mean you have to long this level, guys, right? We need to understand that there's two ways to think about major levels, right? There's two ways to how to tailor our mind as we approach major levels. We don't need to long this level, right? If you say, Desi, I don't know if it's going to hold, man, and I would say, you might be right. Don't long it. I agree with you. There's really you don't have to long this level. What I would say, right, is I would not short into it, right? That is, maybe the longing that level is like very bullish, right? That's like the bullish read is to, hey, I want to long this level and be aggressive on the opportunity. The more timid read and maybe the little bit more bearish read would be, hey, Desi, I like the level, but I'm not sure I'm in the market. I'm not sure I'm seeing the market to start longing semiconductors. And I would agree with you, right? But I would not short into this level, right? You would not want to be short into this low. That's not a short entry. So as you approach this, guys, and this could be why it bounces, right? As you approach this level, you're going to have two different mindsets that start to approach the market. On one side, you're going to have the foaming at the mouth bulls that say, oh, I'm going to long some semiconductors, right? And they're going to go ahead and long semis at this level. Then on the other side, you're going to have shorts that are going to start saying, hey, I'm going to go ahead and get neutral here. I'm not a big fan of being short into these lows, and I'm going to try to sort of relieve some of my short positions into major demand. And if that is what happens, right, if that mindset is what starts to happen here for majority of traders, that will facilitate a bounce, right? Because the buyers will likely be stronger than the sellers as the sellers unwind their positions, right? And the buyers start to increase their positions, right? That's just simply how these levels work. That's just the back end of, what goes on at these levels. So do I think there should be some kind of bounce here? I do. I mean, I would be shocked if there wasn't. I would be concerned. Let's put that word out there. I would be concerned if we do not see something happen down here. So let's see, right? I'm not calling out anything. I'm not going to just guess what happens here, but I would say in terms of technicals, man, oh man, would you want to see something start to form down here on the SMH? So let's keep an eye on it. Built a heck of, thank you, Brian. Man, I do. I truly believe that. I think we built, I'm going to say, the best community. Just the most, just the community that stands on business, that is wrapped around real trading, that I can sign into my broker at any goddamn moment of the day and show you exactly what I do, right? I don't need to hide around things. I could sign into my broker right now and show you exactly my performance. Exactly, right? And you know what? Hey, there's my face. I'm here. Don't worry. I'm still here. And just one last time, instill that confidence and instill that tone in the community. We're going to do just exactly that. That is exactly what we're going to do. We're going to simply log into my broker at any given point, and it's something that I will show at any given point, right? And here it is. I could not. You know someone that can Photoshop a web page this quick? Let me know, right? Let me know. And there it is. We're signed in. If someone can't do that, then what the fuck are they doing? Okay? Right? Boom. Performance. Month to date, 94,000. Year to date, 357,000. There it is, right? Instant. That's not hard. It's not hard to sign into a broker account. I know everything. I know my login. I know how to get into it. and I don't need to do anything. I can just sign in, right? And that's what this community is built around. Real trading and real performance. So I agree with that. I appreciate that. Let's continue. Tesla. So Tesla got me pretty good, man. I got a little bit heavy on some Tesla shares. I figured the 255 gap fill would actually be one of the like a buyable bottom, and sure as hell wasn't, man. I lost about 12,000, I think, on Tesla yesterday. Net. On the day, it was down like 25, but net, it was about 12, I think, is the total loss on shares. I bought a lot of shares, but I saw that 250 break yesterday, and I said, nope, I'm out of this. So took that L on Tesla yesterday, but Palantir absolutely made up for all of it. Tesla gap fill, right? Tesla gap fill. What a gap fill. What a move. Let's go real quick to the daily chart, right? The daily chart. Look at this gap that was filled yesterday. All the way down here. All the way down here. Right here. This previous high of this candle was 218.72. 218.72 was the previous high, or where that gap filled. 218.72. That's right here. Now let's go ahead and put back on our charts, right? Let's put back on our major levels. So 218.72 is the level that's trying to hold today. It's trying its best. It's right here. 218.72. We'll see, man. We'll have to see how that steps up today. But it's very clear that Friday's lows are still very clearly above, and I would not be confident, right? Guys, once again, don't try to catch bottoms if it is lower. Here's like a little rule I would place for yourself right now, guys. Let me put my face back on. Here's a rule that I would place for myself in this market, right? Don't long something if it's below the previous day low. That's it, right? Just keep that rule. And I don't care how much you miss of upside before that previous day low. That rule will save you money in this market. Don't long something unless it's back above the previous day low. Do not long something if we are under the previous day low. Just don't do it, right? It's not worth it in this market. It might be worth it in a bullish market. In a bullish market, if you break back under the previous day low, sometimes that could be a major long opportunity, right? A huge long opportunity that you can take advantage of, right? Ross Trades, appreciate that, man. Thank you, bro. Thank you for the 25. And thank you guys for the super supporters. In this market, I wouldn't do it. I just don't think you want to do it, right? So right here, guys, 250. I don't really think you need to try to long this area on Tesla. Let this come in, accept it. If you miss it, you miss it. I don't think this is long trading worth taking, personally. If you can get back over 250, if you can reclaim Friday's lows, then I would then look to see if there is an upside continuation, right? Amped, appreciate that, man. Amped. Thank you for all the support, man, and thank you for all the help. So that's just simply something that you could put into your trading to sort of protect yourself, because I bet you there has been many people in this downside on Tesla that have continued to try to long lows and have continued to see Tesla just sort of roll back over and you just get stuck in disbelief, right? Maybe Tesla opens up today, looks really strong, starts to absolutely squeeze higher, and then somehow later day it just absolutely limps over and fails once again. And that would not be a very surprising thing if it's below previous day lows, right? It wouldn't be very surprising. That's just a perfect break, retest, and rejection of the previous day lows. That's not anything that's out of the ordinary. That's just simply technical analysis, right? But when you long that and you're so confident that it's going to push higher, you sort of lose track of that happening, and that could very well happen again, right? So please look out for those previous day lows across the board. 250 on Tesla is where you held on Friday, and I would be aware of that level today if we do push higher. I would also be aware of this 239 spot. 239 is a previous low right here. Let me show you. Right here on the daily chart, and it looks like on the 4 hour as well. Right here, this 239 low. This is that break retest long. This is the election low. Remember this? This was my Tesla like $400,000 trade right here, by the way. This was it right here. Huh. Wouldn't that be funny if I had a huge Tesla long off the same level? That would be funny. This was our Tesla long we took that we traded through the election and just absolutely bombed it. That is 239. That's the low right there at 239. I actually remember that, right? Because we talked about that's a zip code that I live in. So interesting. 239. So that's in Naples. Naples, Florida, best city in the world. So that's what I would be watching, right? 218. That's the gap fill level. 239. That's the supply you should be watching. If you can get over 239, you probably trade the 250. You need to get over 250. You have to. You got to get over previous day lows. Nvidia already starting to fade this level, man. It's already starting to fade this previous low. Look at this. 30-minute chart on Nvidia. Look at the previous lows at 110, 111. Right here. See these previous lows right here? 109, 110. Right here. These previous lows, these lows, look what Nvidia is doing. Break, retest, rejection. Absolutely spot on. Previous lows, previous lows, previous lows, break, retest, starting to reject. If you stay under 109, 110 on Nvidia, you are staying lower, right? That is definitely a spot that needs to break. Now, to see Nvidia go back higher, this is what you need to see. It needs to hold above 105. It needs to hold above 102. You need to see a higher low form here. I would say you need to hold above 105 today. You have to see a higher low form here. You cannot retest these lows. If you can higher low here at 105, then maybe, just maybe, you can find some juice to get this thing going again. But you have to hold above this 105 low. Okay? AMD's been pretty dead. I'm really just not a fan of semiconductors as a whole. I would be this is what I would be watching, guys, okay? This is how you should start to pay attention to the semiconductors. You should watch the SMH, okay? And you should start to see if we start to get a bounce off this weekly low. If we do get a bounce off this weekly low, then I would start to pay more attention to semiconductors. That's how I would look at this, right? If you hold this weekly low and we do get a weekly green candle somewhere, right? If we get one of these weekly green candles, if we get a weekly green candle, if we get something that looks like, oh shit, the semis may have just held demand, then I would flip into AMD, Nvidia, ASML, TSM, Broadcom, MU, MRVL, SMCI, right? I would start watching those again. But if that does not happen, then I would leave these alone. And the reason why I say I would leave these alone is going back to what we just talked about. I would not short semiconductors into the SMH demand. I don't think that's worth the short, right? I would not start shorting Nvidia, shorting AMD, shorting ASML, shorting all these semiconductors if the SMH is at this major low. So this is a spot where I'd sort of sit and wait on the semis personally. That's my recommendation for you. Google. What a bear flag, man. Oh, my God. And it just happened instantaneously, which is just very frustrating. And this does happen quite often, right? Very, very rarely do these things just wait for you. They just absolutely tank. And that's exactly what Google did. We had this absolutely perfect bear flag, sort of fake grind higher into the 200 SMA. We talked about this every day on this stream. Literally every day on this stream, I brought up Google, and I talked about the 200 SMA rejection and the bear flag. And look at that fucker. My God, is that a sick trade. But it was just too quick yesterday, and I just didn't catch it. So very unfortunate on that front. So it is what it is. It's going to happen. If you caught Google yesterday, guys, congratulations. 170 is where I would be careful of rejections, and 172. 170, 172, I'd be cautious of failures at these two levels. The downside demand, very clear at 165, okay? You're really just in a channel right now. Amazon, 197.50. Let's go to the 30-minute chart. It looks like around this 197.50 spot, which is the rejections from yesterday. It looks like that could definitely keep us lower, but honestly, I would look at it like this. I'm going to be honest. I would look at it like this. This is the zone I'd have. I'd have the 200 SMA up here at 200. I'd have the 190 major demand, right? And I would wait for this to pop higher towards the 200 to fade it again. So right now, not much of a trade there on Amazon. Netflix, if Netflix can get under 860, that's where I would look to fade it again. But you got to get under, actually, it's really like 850, 860. Major lows are 830, but we can see that this 850 to 860 zone is really holding on lately, right? So we can see right here, 850, 860. I'd be careful short into these lows right here. If we can break under this 850 low, I think you get pretty free downside to 830. I would look for the pop and fade at 900. Pop and fade 900 is what I'd be looking at right here. Pop and fade 900 and the 100 SMA. Okay? Let's go to Meta. Meta, 607. 607 is definitely, I mean, look at the Meta bear flag we had marked out. Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness. Meta bear flag, what a thing of beauty. 607 is a major previous low here, right? Take a look at this. This is pretty clear. Look at this 607 spot. 607, 607, 607, 607, all right here. All those previous lows, right? That's what I would be watching today. If you turn those previous lows into a rejection here, this could be some downside continuation. I'm a little bit concerned about like this low from Friday being, that's also what, 600? Yeah, I would just watch, honestly, I'd watch this whole zone. I'd watch this whole zone. I'd watch anywhere between like 600 and 607 as a potential failure point, right? See that? If we stay under that, then that is still like downside continuation, very possible. The next fade spot, if you do get above 607, if you get above 607 today, I would say the next fade spot is up here at the 100 SMA, 624, okay? If you break 585, that is a big break, guys. Look at this 585 low. See this low right here? 585, some 585 action here. If you break that 585, you could see the 200 SMA pretty damn quick. But, man, this sort of looks like a nice rejection play. Okay, this is something we got to watch here, guys. Look at this on the 4-hour. Yeah, look at this on the 4-hour here. See this? See these previous lows right here? Look how you've broken and you're trading back into it. That could be really interesting. If the market gets weak today. If the market gets weak again today, I would definitely watch this 607, 600 zone on Meta and see if fails start to come in. Yeah, Costco. We're gonna maybe end it off here on Costco. We'll go over Palantir real quick and Apple. But Costco, guys, this is somewhere where I might start buying some shares personally, my friends. I'm gonna wait for something of strength on the market, but I am definitely getting intrigued by some share buying on Costco. 200 SMA, huge pullback to 920. This is definitely a spot I would be watching. Pay attention to that spot. Palantir, man, what a fade yesterday on Palantir. We took a little break and retest rejection of this 80 spot. 80 right here, these previous lows. We had a beautiful break and retest rejection play. And, hey, it might be setting up again, man. It might be setting up again. So I would be watching that once again. 80 to 81 area. If that stays under these previous lows, there could be another fade here. But you got to be careful of the demand down at 72.50. Yeah, we'll go to IBIT real quick. Let's go speed rounds. Speed rounds. IBIT 48, the bear flag off 48 yesterday was an absolute thing of beauty. This was straight from the live stream. We talked about this in the live stream. We said, watch for the bear flag off 48, and holy shit, that's exactly what it did. So today I would watch 48 again. That's your rejection point. Coinbase, 207. What a smackdown yesterday. I would watch 193. Demand is at 175. Watch 193 for rejections. Watch 207 for rejections. MicroStrategy, insane bear flag as well. We had this mapped out yesterday on the bear flag off 275. And man, oh man, did that go straight down. Today, I would be watching 250, 258, right? Previous lows, previous highs. Watch that 258. Downside demand comes in at 227. Finally, Apple. If Apple breaks under, Apple's in a really tough spot. It's really messy here. I would be a little bit careful around here on Apple. I would say if Apple rejects the 200 SMA today, at the most, maybe you see this 220 demand, right? If it really gets weak under the 200 SMA. All right, guys. Well, we did it, man. 100,000 subscribers. I look forward to the plaque. YouTube better be sending me an email today. They better be. So I'll let you guys know if I get that plaque. Make sure to follow me on the socials, on X, on Instagram. I'll be posting about it. Once again, man, I think you could tell from my reaction today how much work I put into this and how much this matters to me. I'm not just here to be some scumbag online. This is my life, and I take it very serious, and I hope that you can feel that through the computer screen, and if you ever meet me in person, you will absolutely get that vibe from me. This is very important to me. This is everything. So I appreciate you guys. Thank you so much. Press that like button. Subscribe to the channel. Be on the lookout tomorrow, man. Make sure to come to the live stream tomorrow. Tomorrow's a big day for the live stream. If you want to get some free shit, then come to the live stream tomorrow. All right? Peace and love. See you then.